5 reasons why knowing your time of birth is very important in astrology when you're trying to understand your natal or your birth chart. Number 1, by knowing your time of birth, you will get your rising sign. Rising sign is very important because it's like your first impression, or how people will have their first impression on you. So you could be like a quiet person, you could be a loud person, you could be a very outgoing person. It's the way how you look, you dress. Like me, I talk with my hands a lot, so I'm more of an outgoing individual when people first meet me. Or I can be completely quiet and don't say anything, just learn and observe. But it's how you do your hair, your makeup, if you have a beard, if you're a guy, how you dress, your personality, how you sound. So yeah, it starts, you have to know your time of birth in order to get your rising sign. The time of birth is very important because it changes every 2 hours. So on a day and a time that you took your first breath, like when you first came out the womb, whatever was rising on the eastern horizon at the time that you were born is your rising sign. So some of our planets and calculations in astrology, it stays for a day, a week, a month, a year, or many years. So you don't need your time of birth for every part of your birth chart. You just need it for the ones that's very short, which is your rising sign, because it changes every 2 hours. Number 3, it starts the house system so that you'll know what's in the first house, second house, third house. Because astrology is about time and space, you need to know your time of birth and the space where you were born, like the city and the state. It's not the hospital itself. It's not, because everybody's not even born in a hospital, but it's the city and the state at the time you took your first breath. Well, not knowing your rising sign, you're not going to know your first house, and you're not going to know any of your houses. Now, if you know that you're born within a 2 hour period, yes, it will give you the zodiac sign that was rising at the time that you took your first breath, but you won't know your degree. So, like, I had 21 degrees in Sagittarius, okay? So if I didn't know my exact time of birth, but my mom said it was around 11 o'clock or around 12 o'clock, yeah, I'll be a Sagittarius rising, but I wouldn't know the degree. Degree is very, very important as well because it'll give you more information. Number 4. Also, you need to know where all the calculations, like your North Node, your South Node, the planets, your Lilith sign, your Chiron, and all of that. It'll tell you which house is in, because you'll know where to start from. It's a starting point, right? It'll tell you where everything else is in your site, your birth chart or your natal chart, so that you can learn more about yourself and what changes you need to make, or what you're good at, great at, or whatever. So if you want to do predictive astrology, like if you're going to get an astrology reading using transits, because what it determines is the current planets, what they're in, what sign they're in, and how they're touching your natal chart, so you'll know what's coming at you, what energy, what's going on in your love life. You'll know what's going on in work and stuff like that. If you don't know the house, you're not going to know how would you get the prediction of what's going to go on, because you don't even know what house that is going to be playing a part of in your birth chart. Because the more you know, the better your prediction will be. If you're going to get a predictive reading, the more you know about yourself and how to express yourself with others, the more you could change things in yourself. So yeah, try to get your time of birth though, as best you can. Try not to rely on your mom, because when your mom was giving birth, her focus was giving birth and not looking at the clock. So yeah, try to get it from your birth certificate or your birth record from the hospital. Okay? Okay, and one last thing. You still can get a pretty good idea of what's going on with you if you don't have your rising sign, but it's always best to have it. And then I'll do another video explaining what are the type of things that you can find out regarding your birth chart without knowing the time of birth. Okay? So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.